Joining me is Ira Thomas, President and CEO of Kaminak Gold Corporation. Kaminak is exploring the Coffee Gold Project, a high-grade oxidized gold project located in the emerging white gold district of the Yukon Territory in Canada since 2010. Kaminak trades in the TSX under the symbol KAM. Ira, appreciate you being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's been rough here the last couple of years. A lot of value out there. Share prices are down. For any new investors joining the scene here, always looking at a few things on how to get involved in a story, or certainly to put on their watch list, or anything that looks interesting. And I always like to start with a management team, as that's very key in the success of the story. If you wouldn't mind, for anyone new out there, can you maybe highlight your management team, any key directors, and certainly any prior successes you've enjoyed?
Sure. Well, I'm about a 25-year veteran in the mineral exploration and mining sector in Canada. Started my career back in the early 90s. Primarily been involved in diamonds, and have been involved in a number of successful discoveries and ultimately development projects in that space, and have recently gotten back involved in the gold sector, which is where I started my career. In addition to myself, we have a very seasoned board of explorers and miners that have enjoyed I think a very strong track record of success in our industry. Included amongst those is John Robbins, our chairman, who is another well-known Canadian explorer that's been involved in numerous discoveries. And in addition, we've really been kind of adding to our board over the last year as the company has started to evolve from a pure explorer to a developer. We've been adding expertise, and one area that we've been really focused is in getting mining experience in and around heap leach projects of a heap leach nature. So we've added Rich Hall, who is also well known in the industry, former CEO of Metallica, who has a lot of experience in discovering and developing heap leach projects around the world. And in addition to that, we've got Bruce McLeod on our board, Jim Peterson, and Brad Blackator, who's also formerly of Metallica, who's really our financial expert on the board and has a lot of experience also with Metallica.
Well, I know the project in question that you are building this team for is Coffee Gold, and for people not familiar with the project, maybe highlight that and also the advantages of being in the Yukon and the infrastructure that's in place for you up there.
Sure, we're really pleased to be in the Yukon. We think it's a great jurisdiction for mining. It enjoys strong support politically. It's also geologically very well endowed, so the Yukon is a great place to be. Our project is a gold-only project. It's a little bit unique in the Yukon space in the sense that a lot of the other gold resources that people may be familiar with in the Yukon are usually associated with porphyry-style mineralization. Our project is not a porphyry. It is a structurally hosted hydrothermal gold system. And as such, it enjoys generally much higher grades, and that becomes important in the kind of market that we're kind of living through right now, where margin is really essential. So having a higher grade project in combination with the fact that we've got a high component of oxide resources, which are amenable to heap leach, makes this project really kind of attractive in the current environment.
What are the catalysts that you might see for 2014 that the market might recognize and give you some credit in the stock?
Sure, and despite the fact that the markets have been difficult, Kaminak has been really fortunate that we've had a pretty loyal following of shareholders, and we've been able to raise money through difficult times, and that's really kept the momentum of the project going. In December of 2012, we put out our first maiden inferred resource of 3.2 million ounces at a grade of 1.56 grams per ton at a half-gram cutoff. And in 2013, we then followed up with an additional 55,000 meters of drilling, which we've already reported on. What we're in the process of doing now is updating our block models, and we expect to put out an updated 43-101 resource in the coming weeks. That in turn will be followed by the initiation of our first economic analysis on the project. So what we're really going to do is kind of look to see what the economics might look for a project such as coffee. So that's going to be an important development, certainly for Kaminak in 2014. And the other thing we've really been focused on, both in 13 and continuing to be in 14, is our metallurgy. We've been very fortunate to attract the services of a fellow by the name of Fred Leitner, who's a seasoned veteran in heap leach metallurgy, and he's been involved in that space for more than 30 years. So he's recently joined Kaminak and is sort of leading the charge on the metallurgical studies which are underway, and we had some very encouraging results in 2013 which show that our deposit, the oxide resources within our deposit leach very quickly, and we're getting in excess of 90% gold recoveries from that leaching, which was conducted in cold climate conditions at a facility in the U.S. So, for us, it's going to be continue to be busy. We're going to continue to keep advancing this project, and we will be also moving forward with all our environmental baseline work, as well as any additional permitting that's required to keep this project marching towards feasibility and ultimately making a decision to put it into production.
In closing, what are your personal thoughts on the sector and where the metals are now and where you think they might end up this year?
Well, listen, it's been a tough period. We know we're more than 3 years now kind of in this difficult time, but I'm certainly like others, I'm sure, that have been interviewed in recent months, don't feel like I've got a crystal ball. I think 2014 is still likely to be difficult for gold, but I'm confident this will change, and my outlook long term is very positive for the sector and very positive for gold. So I think in the short term, the real focus is going to be on margin and delivering value at the lowest possible kind of investment cost. So keeping capex down, keeping opex down, and really looking at margin to kind of return cash to shareholders. Thereafter, I think we'll see a stronger gold space and a much stronger sector overall.
Eira Thomas, President and CEO of Kaminak Gold Corp. Thank you so much for the update.
Thank you very much.